Good news, guys. We got this power supply working really good. So we're going to probably be working on it. It's holding at 14.5 volts. I adjusted it. See? $14.5 volts. Looking good. But this is not an antenna hookup. All the things are 14.5 volts, including AM. So, yeah. Don't do that. They're all running 14.5. So we're good. Yep. It's looking good at 14.5 volts. Shouldn't fry the radio. Yeah, 14.5. And I can show you that because I show you that. But you guys know. I'll show you in a second. We're running on a power supply. It's not going to hurt it. And that's it. But I got you guys on TikTok. This is actually the thing that DC converter is actually running all the right things. You guys can get one of these for like pretty cheap. And I'll show you the float meter because this is actually it. If you don't want it to play for that, I'll show you how much it's running on. No, I don't want to do that. But I ran it today when I did it. But this one actually is running the same exact thing. Now I'm not going to touch it. This is running 23 volts. And this is running 14 volts. This is actually running at 23 volts on this. And I can show you in a minute. So I'll show you the power supply got a couple weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago. What I got to do with this guy, I got to replace that little switch down there. And that's the lowest. I got it to the lowest setting, 23 volts. That little orange thing you guys have to replace, not the silver, this thing up there. And I'm getting those parts real soon. But this is it. That's what we're running. Well, I think we're going to put a fan on this guy, but that's the model number. And you know I got a refund back from this already. Like $7 back refund. It was actually, how much I paid for it, it's probably about $17, but it was going for $22. They were on sale on Fleabay for these things. And this came out during the year 2022 for this model. But I'm probably going to get a fan for this system too for it. But I have to replace that switch too with that real soon. But so you guys can see that. That's what's running the Quad 5. You guys should get one of these power supplies. But I took this apart, but I've seen people do mods to it. You have to take the MOSFETs off to unscrew, not to desolder them. You don't have to do no desoldering. You have to take the MOSFETs off with the screw and get to that thing to desolder that component down here to replace the switch. It's the same switch I'm going to try to get. But this can go up to 220 volts too, but it's a really good one. This is a DC converter, but I don't know what I was reading on that thing. It was actually showing 15 amps. This can run up to 20 amps. This can go all the way to 20 amps. It's probably running like 9 to 10 amps right now with this. I only adjust that little knob here. That one I adjust that little knob right there for the voltage. That's what I adjust out. This is for the other one for amps, I think. Or you adjust this, but I think this is for the amps. That's for the amps. I never touched the amps. When I had this on default setting, it was actually 16 volts it was running on. From a 23 volt converter here. This is running about 23 volts, the lowest setting. It can go to 24 if I want to make it go higher. Which, when I get this thing replaced later on, I think in about a month, and it should be okay. Once you do that, I might have to readjust back up with this one, do the same thing. But I'm probably going to get one of those amp type multimeters, so it goes on the wire. I can actually see how many amps it's running on. So this thing's not going to fry the radio now. So it's running at 14.5 volts. Usually the maximum is 15. So it should be nice on the radio scales of what Jed told me and the other guys told me out there. in YouTube. So we got this thing on TikTok right now. I'm showing you how it does. But let me show you what I'm doing with this. It's hard to hold this camera, but it is very easy to do this. You don't want to fry yourself with this. Really, it's pretty cool. Then I can actually put this up to it and look at it like that. You guys know that. Yeah. Let me hold it between my legs to get it, to show you guys what it is. You guys get an idea. There we go, I got it. That's how you do it. Shoot, I'd like to block that out. Hope you guys can see the address then. I'm gonna try how to block that out of the video, so don't worry. I'll just put something over that. When that thing drops, I'll just do that. So we're gonna put that on the red wire. And I'll show you in a second. Looks like it's holding good. Don't touch that. Red. See, it's running 14.5 volts, that's right. And I'll show you what I'm looking at here. You guys can see it. See, I'm holding that right there. I'm running 14.5 volts. That's what it's doing. I'm going to show you how it does work on this little one. This one might be the other out, so you have to be very careful. I think the negative wire is actually yeah, the red's plus, okay. So I have to look for the plus wire. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to move this right here. Let's see. 23.9, that's it, almost 24 volts. That's the lowest setting I got it down that thing. But it's down to between 23.9. That's the lowest I can adjust that knob. Because I'm not need to modify it. When I put the switch back in, it'll be the same, but that's what it was like when I adjusted it down. It was up to 24 volts, but it can go to 30 volts on the highest with that knob. I've done it before. So you can go to 30 volts with this, almost 29 volts. And that's what you do. See, that's actually the AC coming out. This is definitely what's going into the radio. 14.5 volts. It's looking good. That's the DC coverage. That was the AC you guys saw. So it's looking good. No, that's actually both DC. You don't want to put in, because that's actually all DC current. Yeah, it's DC current. So it's looking good. This radio is not going to fry. And this can get you up to 14 volts if you do it right. The problem is, if you get one of these power supplies, make sure you get a screwdriver, don't strip this out. So I will have to replace this. It's a little switch, no big deal. I got a bunch of them coming from in the mail real soon. And you can get parts, different ones, you can change it. I'm going to put the same one back in. And I'm probably going to put a fan on this, because I could actually connect fans on this, or you can run an amp on this too. And these can lift right up. This is actually where you connect them. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. So this is going to be a good power supply once we get it all working this week. And we'll see what we'll do on get the skip lane going soon. I don't know. After when this weather gets better and stuff, it'll be quite good. But I'm trying to get that Mako 5000 when I get a chance, because I'm trying to get one of those for my birthday. You have to understand, when I order that on my birthday, it's going to take you know how long it takes to ship. Then you got to get the antenna set up and all that stuff, and do the SWR adjustment. I have one of those SWR analyzers, Once I got one of those nano things I had a while back, and just a regular SWR setup. When that happens, but we'll do another skip video soon. When I go out in the car, or probably get this radio going on. Maybe, who knows, tomorrow or the next day we'll have to do this. I don't know. But at least we got the 14 volts going in this radio. This is what we want. So this thing can run a strike with this right now. But these power converter supplies are Chinese made ones. You can get them on Fleabay, AliExpress, the other ones out there. They're pretty good, but I got this on sale deal. Some come with fans and some don't. This one I just can put a big fan, which I have a fan already for this one. And I can connect one of these fans and keep it cool. And I'll probably have to build something for this to keep this thing protected. Like a piece of plastic thing that goes under this thing and do it. But there's MOSFETs in there. It should be fine with this. And you can run an amp on this too at the same time. It should be fine. It shouldn't hit the power on that. I'll probably run the amp separate than this one. But this power supply can hook up. It can hook up at least about 2 more items. So you can run at least 3 devices on this. You can run at least 3 devices on this at the same time. You can run 3 radios. You can run 2 amps if you want. But if it's at 15 amps, I don't think I would outrun something at 15 amps on the system. But if you run this voltage, yeah, you can run an amp on one of these. You can get a bunch of power converters to do this, it'll be fine. You can run it that way too to make your amps go better. You can get one of these. That will actually run your K-Middleys if you want. But I got another one that can do better. But yeah, you can run that. But the K-Middleys keep between 12 or 13 volts. But I ran them on a power supply that ran good. But I have the power supply, or the PC ones, are going to be the ones that run on my K-Middleys. Those are I'm going to probably use. Or you can use one of these. You can buy another one of these and do the same thing. This outlet plug, I took it off and I got this at Goodwill store, I think 2 weeks ago. It's like, you know, like a normal outlet plug, like a 6 outlet plug. I cut off one of the 6 outlet plugs, paid like $4 for it. And it spliced the wire with that little tool thing I got, and it works fine. So it's doing really quite good. And these little connectors I got at Walmart's, you can buy them for like $9, which I had a pack of them when I got them. Then I had to bend these. This thing I had to cut off the black thing, because when you get one of these, you got to cut off the little black things to fit these connectors to do it. It's better to do this way so it doesn't short the wire. So it should be working quite good. So I just want to show you this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. So we got this power supply ready to go. And the Quad5 is looking good. But it will not run at 24 volts. I tried, it will shut it off. But you can hear it. And it should be running a lot better before what I had. But I don't have an antenna hookup to it. So it's looking beautiful. So you're getting the full power of it, not maximum, but medium. The normal size runs these around 13 volts, so it hit around 14. But probably when the antenna hooks up, it probably draw out on the antennas how they work. 14.5, that's what you want. I adjusted to 14.5 right on the upper side. So it should be like 10 amps, but it's running 15 amps in the power supply. But I think it's running 10 amps or something. We'll have to check that out later on. But that's the original cord that came with the Quad5. The one that goes in this thing. I think it's a 10 gauge cord. 10 gauge wire. But the black wire you've seen just with the power supply just a minute ago, where it's connected to this thing. I bought that at Walmart's, at Wally World, about a week ago. It's actually 12 gauge copper wire. Just 12 gauge automobile wire. So I got that in the automobile section, and I still got plenty of it. It was like 12 foot long of it. So I cut that off during last week, stripped the wires of it, and put those little connectors on it. That's what I did. It's actually 12 gauge wire. I think this wire here with the one that comes with the stock Quad5 is probably a 10 gauge wire. Could be 12 gauge too, but it's the original fuse and everything. So that's what it is. If you guys want to recommend what would be a better connector goes on this radio, just let me know. So put it down in the comments. So I just wanted to show you off my Quad5. It's going to be successful. And we'll probably do some videos sometime soon when we get a chance. But it's going to be great. You probably can run a box on this either way. But it's going to be okay. At least we're going to be, it should be able to run okay. And it's got 15 amp power supply. The other ones I was running 35 or 25 amp power supply. the black one I have, but it will still work for other stuff I do. And I use it on radios. It's there. It's probably for basic radios to use. It's only between 14.5 14.5. It should be okay. Audio. See, it won't do it. So look at that. 14.5 volts. So it'll go to 14.4, 14.5. It should be okay. So I'm not going to do any more. It's got SWR protection. And this thing has a volt protection on this radio. But the DC power supply you see in there, that little miniature one, it actually will shut off if something went bad on it. It has a protection circuit on that one. And I think the power supply in the one I have just now here, it actually has protection on it. It'll shut off automatically if something went wrong. Wish I knew about the capacitors what these things have on them. So guys, you have a good day and have a great day on YouTube. And we got this on TikTok on one of the videos without the Quad 5, but it's great. I'll do a little short video and show what it looks like. But it'll be okay. So this will be the one on YouTube. You guys see the long video. So this is Foxman 362 World Radio on YouTube. Wave the hands out there to UDX 390 Wagon Master and UDX 21 out there for 21.s.c. Check out Old Radio Night coming on tomorrow night on Saturday nights. And you got Old Tube Radio Network coming on tomorrow night on Saturday. And it's Dennis that does Old 2C radios from the 1950s through the 70s. Got the Brownings and Robins and out there. And check out Old 2 Radio Network on YouTube on Saturday nights at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time and Eastern Standard Time in the winter time. So, we're going to be okay with this Quad 5. And it's running like 15 amps on one of them. It could be 10 amps on the other end because you know how they look like. But I got to get one of those little amp things. You can actually see what the amps look like. Got to make sure everything's okay. You guys remember when it happened last time? You couldn't see it on the video with the split camera because it was a little smoke, like smoke coming out a little teeny bit on the side here when I was running it. So it should be able to run a little bit better. And I didn't see anything burnt inside in the boards. I checked all that, and I didn't see anything burnt inside of it. I didn't put any measurements. I didn't see anything burnt inside of them. I had to turn the radio off very quick when I did that. So it should be okay once it be alright. But they said they could take plenty of abuse with the Anytones and Quad 5s. And they could survive a lot of abuse, they say. I've seen on one of those videos, Mike Repairs radios that showed it. Well, I think it was a couple weeks ago when I saw that. I think Mike's Radio Repair or something like that. It should be quite fine. But it would only have a little black smoke came on the side of the microphone when I was running that. So far, when I ran it when I went to Oak Ridge a couple weeks ago, it didn't have nothing like that for a while, but it's actually running like 12 volts, almost 13, around 12 volts around that time when you put it in the car, or the big van or something like that. So I'm going to tell you guys, you have a good day. This is Foxman 362 World Radio. This is UDX 362 on YouTube and even on TikTok. Catch you later. And we'll bring out some more videos sometime soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the power supply I just wanted there, but I'll put a link down in the description where you can get one of these. And probably some YouTube videos you guys can see where I learned it from. Catch you later, Foxman 362 World Radio. And we'll bring out some videos sometime soon.